They knew that that box was radioactive.
I wanted to ask you, going down the radioactive conversation is, you know, conventional wisdom says that we created it back in the day with the atom bomb, and the whole technology was created within the last 100 years.
Yeah.
Yet, in the Bhagavad Gita, when they were talking about the wars they were having in these sky weapons flying cities, all this kind of stuff that was in the Bhagavad Gita, they've actually gone to the areas where it said, and they have registered radiation there where there has never been, there's no human reason why radiation should live there.
Yeah.
So this is, there's been radiation around for a while. So is there a possibility that we could have had this technology and just forgot it years ago?
I believe so. If you go to Mohenjo-Daro in the Indus Valley, just Pakistan area now, where one of the biggest wars were rumored to have happened,
Right.
the bodies are still laying in the street. The bodies are not only laying in the street, they're holding hands. Some of them are holding hands.
What do you mean by the bodies are still laying in the street?
The
The biggest
bodies-
battles of what? Of what? From Bhagavad Gita?
Yeah, from ancient times.
Okay.
Yeah. The bodies are still there. The buildings that they lived in are still there, turned to glass. The mud brick buildings turned to glass. That's 3,000 degrees temperature to turn sand and mud to glass.
And as my thinking evolved, I of course started thinking, okay, Yesha was that avatar, most certainly. But then as I continue to evolve in my research, I'm realizing, well, maybe it's actually the Mother Mary who is the avatar, who parthenogenically conceives this avatar, brings him in, the virgin birth, and that whole story about Mary's connection to this lineage of priestesses going back to ancient Egypt and then ultimately to the Pleiades. It sounds so channeled and so sci-fi, but it's right there in the Dead Sea Scrolls. It's telling us this is who they actually were.
No wonder the Vatican wanted to shut that down.
Oh, it was so way too hot to handle. I mean, in the early...
And there's still stuff in that vault.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt. And this is part of what's happening right now. I mean, Graham Hancock's fight for our past, right? And it really is a fight because there are powers that be that are covering up, planting olive trees over Göbekli Tepe in southeastern Turkey so we can't get access for 150 years. What? These are the ultimate answers for all of the human race that are in this temple complex or in these documents in the Vatican, and they're withholding them. Very important that he goes to Heliopolis because this is the site of the original, I call it Star Walker Mystery School in ancient Egypt. This is the astronomer priests. This is knowledge brought over from the time before the flood. They know who built the pyramids, how they did it, why they did it, how to operate them. And everything there is about the ancient Egyptian star religion. And this is where the Magi come from as well. They're from Egypt.
I'm sure there's a train.
Right.
I'm heading over there.
You got to go to Glastonbury.
Yeah.
So
I'm dying, yeah.
I think
Stonehenge is close to that.
It's about an hour away.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's magnificent. It's beautiful, beautiful place. So most certainly England is on the list of where he would have been trained. And then, of course, you have the Nicholas Roerich quest following the lost years between 18 and 30, or excuse me, 12 and 30, where he goes into not just Egypt, but Iran, Iraq, Afghanistan, over into India, Mongolia, and Tibet. Nicholas Roerich claims he followed that trail, went to all the monasteries where Saint Isa, that's his name in the East, Isa, where he trained, where the monks tell of his presence there, what he learned how to do.
From these perspectives, putting all this together, when we look at cycles, what we're looking at are cycles of human experience within a simulated reality, a simulated experience. And it suggests that what we see as ancient civilization is just scratching the surface. That we have been here for so long and we've gone through so many iterations that geologic processes are actually hiding the archaeological remnants because they are so ancient. In other words, crustal tectonics, the plates have slipped over and are hiding some of those civilizations, or they're under the oceans have risen and they're under the water.